Hello.
Hello, namaste. How are you?
I am I am good, Girish. I have a cold, but otherwise I'm good.
Ah, cold
Yeah.
and good. Good.
Yeah. How about you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Your eyes are good?
Yeah, eyes are good now. I
Ex-
could see easily the near vision, no, far vision. It will take about 3 months. They will lock the lenses in the eye.
Oh, they
So,
didn't do it right away?
yeah, they will do the laser treatment. From the
Off.
laser, they will set the eyesight near in the far vision.
Oh,
It takes about 3 months.
okay, wonderful.
So, yes, that is good. So, everyone is in the Christmas Eve. Very good.
Yeah.
One
Yeah, I know.
woman, one woman sent an email. Again, there is a Christmas. Again, I have to host the dinner. And again, I will be into anxiety and reaction.
Oh, la 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 la.
So this is what happens. So, but anyhow, I have to host the party. There is no option available. I said only option to do host a party in peace and happiness
Yes.
because you're celebrating Christmas. So, so this is what happens with Mead has sent an email that she is going with her friends to
Yeah.
celebrate Christmas Eve. We will ask her next week how was the celebration.
She enjoys going to this friend because she's known the kids since they were born.
Uh, yes. So, yes, that is what happens. Not many people from our group are celebrating the Christmas. It's okay. Why don't we celebrate the Christmas every day? Yes. So I want you to start the new year's from today. Why? Because you might be thinking at this stage of your life, okay, from the new year I have couple of resolve, and then you will modify that resolve. It will take about a week. And after the new year, within a week, that resolve goes into the back burner. So I was realizing that this week I have been giving all the lessons and I'm asking everyone, including the private seekers, that they should start their journey of a new year from the session, from the very session. Why? The mind, you cannot believe your own mind. Because even though outside we look happy, peaceful, calm, but inner conflict in the mind continues. Say yes. Say yes. You cannot say no. Only possibility of saying no is that when you are awakened. So I give a story normally that imagine you are a driver in a car driver in a car of your life. The intellect is the GPS guiding you towards your destination. What is the destination? Self-discovery and permanent happiness. While the mind is like a backseat driver, constantly giving conflicting direction based on the past impressions, and it happens in our practical life also. No, 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 you take a right turn. No, let me follow the GPS. No, I tell you, I have been traveling for so long on the street, you will reach in a minute and you become 1 hour late. But the backseat driver resists. Why it resists? Because the backseat driver claims that he or she is very close to you, making the journey harder and longer. And to reach your destination, you must trust your GPS, and that GPS is the intellect. And quiet the backseat driver. If you don't quiet the backseat driver, it will cause a problem. That might be happening now when I'm talking to you. Your backseat driver in the mind might be thinking, what this crazy beer guy is talking about. I'm a sane person. I'm not insane. I know that is what happens. So there is a resistance between the mind and the intellect. That is why I say you start the preparation from today. Here is the new year. What is the new year resolve? That let me understand the GPS, the intellect, the cause and effect. Let me have the right understanding of my relationship, of my personal life, of my professional life. And I don't allow my mind, the backseat driver, to take over. I can bet you that from the new year, your life will be in peace and happiness. And we can go deeper into the principles of Eastern wisdom. Your mind, backseat driver, let me give you an example. Your backseat driver should not let it say, but you scrutinize, you observe. What are those thoughts? I like pasta. I must have pasta. I like that person. I hate that person. I don't want to sit you with you. I don't want to sit with you. Honey, you will do what I don't like. That is your problem. That is why you are my honey. So yes. So hence I don't want to. So you see that. This is what happens, it continues, it does not stop. It's a gramophone record. Honey, here is a coffee. Mine says, I don't like this coffee, and she is done. Okay, take it. She is crazy, she does not understand. It's okay. Backseat driver. We have to stop and refine and purify this backseat driver. From today, thinking that today is the new year. Overcoming this resistance requires a consistent practice. I have told you in the last session, mind demands a repeat practice, repeat practice. No, it is not happening. Oh, because mind has a lot of the past impressions. That is why it is not happening. Continue doing it. Today it did not happen, it's okay. 4 weeks after, it is not happening, continue. Continue. So once you have a resolve to continue, that is why we make a resolve in the new year. We are understanding on the basis of the mind, and intellect knows that yes, if I make a resolve, it will change my life. I will be free from the anxiety. but the mind backseat driver constantly nagging you. And we think my honey is nagging me. The mind blames others. Mind blames the situation. You have created this situation in my life. Really? Why you are a part of it? I gave you the example of Bill Gates. I lived loveless life for 27 years. Oh, how many years you have been living that life? Find out. Mind blames and reacts others. You have to start from today. No more blame and complain. So last week we understood the intellect understands the truth. We are the real self, but the mind conditions, prevents us from fully experiencing it. That is the only problem. Resistance is the part of the process of self discovery. Through the practice, we learn to quiet the mind and align with our true nature. That is the journey of the East and West. And the mind will not listen to you. Sometimes people say, no, I have been attending your session for the last 1 year and nothing happened. You are responsible. Why you are blaming me? When you take over your mind with a firm resolve, I can bet you the very life changes from today, from this moment. And I had one real life example. He is 6'3". He's a great, you can say, builder or a promoter. He builds the houses which cost minimum $10 million in this area. He has been my student, very sharp intellect, and he has been doing the practice with contemplation and reflection. Obviously, when you build a 10 million house, so you can think of his income. And because of the wealth, obviously you build your ego and a lot of other stuff. Now see what happened, and he called me instantly. It happened last week. That is the way we change. I'm just giving an example. One mind, I have already told you, the backseat driver, it is constantly complaining. And so this guy, he was driving and a biker hit his car. They stopped. Biker started abusing. He went out of the car and he wanted to hit. He retrieved it. Went back into his car, drove back, went to his home and called me. What he said, you have to listen to it. He said, I'm cursing myself, the why I went out of the car and wanted to hit. But you retrieved your step. No, that is okay. But why? Even after years of practicing with you, I'm cursing my mind. I think that is the right approach. You are not encouraging the mind from the backseat driver to react impulsively, and you have achieved a success. So he said, why my mind was in a race? Even, I know the biker is at fault. I should have taken this event peacefully. That is the change we expect from the mind. It happened. It's a real life incident. That is the power of the East and West. All the problems and the worries we have between the mind and the intellect, that is why we say we need to do the self-discovery. And practice is the key. The practice includes the Shanti mantra in the morning or in the and also in the evening, listening and learning again. Intellect understands. No, I have heard it. No, still you listen to it. And followed by the practice. Then the daily analysis, how many times I was in anxiety. I told him, and he was constantly observing, journaling, that how many times I was in anxiety and stress and a reaction, even though I did not express it outside. And he changed. That that is the way we bring about a transformation in our life. Now answer the question, the why mind resist the intellect. Mind knows that GPS intellect has already understood. It has the knowledge, and still this mind resists. Mind loves its impulsive nature, it's a habit, it's conditioning, cultural, social, religious conditioning. Because it mind is very near. Mind and the memory are very near to each other. So it is constantly hunting the intellect. No, 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 do this. You are awake in the morning. Intellect says, please do the practice. Mind says, no, let us take 1 hour more. Do you see that? You see how our masters have understood this, the struggle between the mind and the intellect. You go to your friend's house, you don't like pasta, and she has prepared pasta. So the mind says, now I will resist. You don't allow the intellect. Oh, it's okay, today, my belly is very full. That's why, I will take only little because you have already seen the pasta is there, but you're still feeling hungry. And that creates another reaction. We don't live from moment to moment. We live in the past. Why does the mind resist the intellect? Because of these reasons. So at that moment, the intellect should remind what is the goal of my life. Goal of my life is self-discovery, self-realization, awakening. What will happen if I eat pasta today? Mind is carried away by the past impression. You look, you see that she knows that, that I don't like pasta, and she is offering me pasta, as she has intentionally done. That is how we think of others. And I've been telling you how to overcome the resistance. LL, constant listening and learning. Contemplation. I should contemplate and reflect. Means the intellect, I should use the intellect internally. My honey is doing the same thing. No, hold on, intellect. This is not your job. Whatever he or she is doing, let him or her do. Let me remain relaxed. Mind resist. Intellect says, no, calm down. Internal, that is what the contemplation and reflection. That will build the relationship. Do you think that if the mind in the back seat constantly nagging internally, and you think of having a good relationship? Not possible. Come on. Because those nagging will manifest into your facial expressions, in your actions, in your thought. It might have happened a couple of times, no issue. Don't tell me. Don't tell me it happened. Look at the way the master is guiding us. So, at any point of time in our stress and reaction, blame and complaint, the intellect reminds you that the goal of my life is self discovery. To discover and awaken to that real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. And the goals in life will continue outside. I have a personal relationship, okay, family life, professional life, let it continue. But it should be guided by the goal of life. How long you remain as a husband and how long you remain as a wife. Every day, tell me. I mean to say, how long, how many hours or minutes every day you think that you are a husband or you are a wife. Hardly. When someone comes, he is my honey and she is my, that's all. But then what happens? The mind carries those impressions of impulses. It is already already deposited, accumulated inside the mind. Through that memory, I perceive the people. That is causing lot of problems. We want to change it. Those are the impurities and those are the movements of the ignorance. That is why the master is saying, never forget the practice, even on a single day, until the change comes. Until, like this young guy, he spent half an hour calling me. You look at it, why I did this. I should not have done this. He started cursing. I said, continue to curse that way because then only the mind will understand. So he was more worried that why he reacted to it. We hardly care. I reacted because you are responsible for it. I react because you did something wrong. Oh, we become a judge instantly, in our relations, in our personal and professional life. We don't think out of the clarity. Foggy. Intellect is fogged by the mind. Think, think. I'm not saying that you should agree, but think of it how our masters. Let us go a little deeper into this backseat driver, backseat person. That mind constantly interrupts. It creates many options for others. It lives into the state of reactive attitude. Unlike the intellect knows, this is very clear. That mind, backseat, passenger, amplifies the sensory impulses and the memories. It is restless. We have to follow a discipline. If you still think that my intellect has understood and I don't need to repeat the practice, it will not happen. It will not happen. Sometime the Democrats introduces the bill and now it has to be passed in the Senate, and then the vice president gives the final vote. And ultimately, the bill is passed. Another reason, this mind, because of the memory, it aligns with the sense organ projecting outside, and the intellect is left behind. Mind has a casting vote. So what should we do? That is why when you repeat again and again through the intellect at least attracts the mind. Please, mind, come with me. Have a casting vote. Now you have a majority of the mind and intellect. Let the sense organ perceive any object. It will not impact you, and you are a winner. Look at the way our masters have taught us, passed on this wisdom of intellect. Why? Because my destination is self-discovery. Because sense organ perceive the objects in a person, it goes to the processed by the mind goes into the memory, it brings, oh, this crazy honey, that's why, that's why I hate this guy. Now it has left the intellect, it has paralyzed the intellect. So unless the intellect gradually, by repeat practice, attracts the mind, come on, vote in my favor, you are a winner. You're a seeker. Do you see? That is why I explained you this young guy, what happened to this. Mind resistance is born out of old, ingrained patterns, fears, and attachment. It fears change and clings to what is familiar. Intellect is the source of a true knowledge, cause and effect. That is what we have been understanding. How to overcome the resistance, I have already answered. Why self-realization is important. Once you recognize that peace, happiness, and the joy coming from inside, recognition means the realization and also an experience. Once you have that point of awareness that the peace and happiness are within, it is irreversible process. Mind will drop all its impurities from there. Then only we have to learn few of the principles to reach to that state. That is why this self-inquiry is required. From there, the real self-inquiry will start. Another way, that the moment the mind has a glimpse of the peace is coming from inside, the way this guy recognized, and he started cursing his own mind. Normally, we curse others through our mind. So what happens? You start changing your behavior and attitude in your life. When you change your behavior and attitude, your personality changes. When you change your personality, your thought, speech, and action changes. When your thought, speech, and action in your personal, professional, social, and family life changes, the life becomes beautiful. I told him also one thing, and I'm also saying, he says that I started observing throughout the day, do I live my life smoothly in calmness and peace, whether I'm living a professional life or a personal life or a social life. I said, that is wonderful. And a couple of days, he says, I have no thought in my mind, which is impulsive and habitual. That is why he started cursing the mind, that how come? I said, it has come from your past memories. Oh, they are still there. I said, yes, they are still there. They are approaching very near, but they are still there. I think today is the New Year's Day. And one more session, and after that, we will start with our self discovery in a deeper way. Close your eyes. The eyes are closed. Yes,
So the past impressions and all that, they never go away.
they never go away. We have to consciously let them go away. And that is why we have to do the repeat practice, understanding, contemplation and reflection, Shanti mantra, and all those stuff. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. Mind is a matter, neither created nor destroyed. So once the thought I have spoken, I have reacted to you, it will continue to keep that impression in my head. Eyes are closed, and when you close your eyes, you look at your body, the place of the body where you are sitting. That sitting platform should be stable. It should not be a moving couch. But the way you sit, it is you have a freedom. Sit or lie down, whatever it is. I have no objections to it. So become aware of the space all around you. Just immediate after the body, borderline, that is the skin, and so that you become aware of the position and the posture. It will help you keep the posture stable. No stress and struggle with the body. That is the meaning. We are aware of the space all around the body, position, and the posture, and then being comfortable. Being comfortable means that you change the direction of the mind. Check that consciously. Use the intellect, my friend. Your mind will start thinking, it will start changing the position of the body and the posture again and again and again. That is the mind. But you have already place, position, and the posture. Your intellect has already done it. But if the mind has done it, the mind will continue to create a lot of challenges during the entire practice. It's not a big deal, but still it is a big deal. So if it is happening, then mind is fidgeting and resisting even practicing meditation. So I use the intellect with the knowledge, and then I say, what problem you have, my mind? Why you want to change the position of the body? And then you see that body calms down. It is happening because of the mind. So being comfortable is changing the direction of the mind. Why I said so, you look when you open the main door of your house, you have left the world outside. You are aspiring to go within. You open it and go inside. So you look at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. That is your house. So your mind is pointing to the house, the body, moving the mind from the top of the head to the toes, and then look inside. When you look inside, the world is not inside. Intellect says, no, you are seeing the emptiness, blankness. In that state, mind enters into an experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is always good idea to repeat it again and again until you consciously experience the sensation deepens. You move the mind once again to the entire body. So the mind is looking, mind is feeling, and you have a sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now you see the way I design these practices. What should be the next? The mind will still continue to have lot of thought, feeling, impulses, desires. Okay, so we say be carefree. How we say be carefree? Casually you look inside your forehead in the space. That space is the sky, where the birds are flying like the thoughts. So what understanding we have to develop, that birds cannot touch the sky even if it is flying into the sky. So the thought flies. Thought, feeling, emotions come and go, but I am maintaining an awareness of the space. What it means, I recognize that all these thought, feeling, and emotions are separate from the space, even though it is in the space. You see, the first three steps are basically guided by the knowledge and clarity, even though you are doing a practice. And the next step, so we should recognize there are three bodies. Forget about the modern science in the beginning because we have to apply the principles of Eastern wisdom. We have a physical body with the physical structure of the sense organs. But the physical structure of the sense organs do not receive anything. They have physical structure. Sometimes you have seen a blind person whose eyes seem perfect at a distance. So they are the physical structure. They facilitate seeing, feeling, etc., etc. The subtle body with the sense organs, where it is a faculty of the sense organs are available with the mind. That perceives the object, that is the subtle body. And then how do we perceive? So simple, from the causal body. Why it is a causal body? That is the cause of both the subtle and the physical. How do you know? How do you know that you are Sophie? Because memory comes from that causal body into the mind. Then the mind processes that information through the faculty of my eyes, physical body with a physical structure perceives, and I recognize you there. So we have three bodies. Uh, we have a lot of identifications with these three bodies, which makes the mind impulsive, reactive, angry, and it continues to deposit those impressions. So, what should we do? That is what we are going to do. from the new year. Okay. So now it means that real self is beyond transcending the three bodies? Yes. What is the shape? There is no shape. What is the color? There is no color. It is a pure consciousness. Oh, so pure consciousness of the nature of happiness? Yes. So there we introduce to the mind the Shanti mantra, Sarvesha, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Or you may say in English, let there be happiness for all, for everyone, for all the living beings. You have to impress through the intellect to the mind at this moment. What is that impression? Logical impression. Oh, happiness is my essential nature. Yes. If it is my essential nature, it means it is the essential nature of everyone. Very good. So, because I study the Eastern wisdom to study myself, but if my honey is not, for example, my honey is not studying, for example, so if he or she is reactive, I have to respond to the happiness because he has not learned to respond from the happiness. He doesn't know these principles or she doesn't know these principles. Is it possible to think like this? That is what repetition I mean to say. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everyone be in the state of the well-being. Even the ant, the microbes, the virus, including the COVID virus, they are looking for a suitable environment to multiply themselves. That is their state of well-being. It is a different thing that we kill them through the vaccine. So it means everyone is living, seeking the well-being. What it means that if I maintain a self-discipline, don't listen to the mind and follow the knowledge possible. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Let everyone be blessed. Blessing and the grace should fall upon each and every one. I should not pollute my mind that no exceptions. Let there be no suffering, no misery in this world. Can I expand my mind so deep? Yes, it is possible by regular practice. And if that is possible, we move to the next step in that state of the mind. So we look at the breath. Now looking at the breath. So what it means by looking at the breath, uh, you are looking at the flow of the breath. But let the intellect guides your mind. But why we are looking at the breath? You are not looking at the breath which took place yesterday and hour before. Oh, that is clear. So I'm looking at the breath in the present moment. Answer is yes. Also, the mind is looking at the breath in the present moment. But the mind goes back to the thoughts. Bring it back to the breath without changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Do you see that? Do you see what I said? Buddha, our master Buddha used breath remain. You are aware of the breath. I am aware of the breath only in the present moment. You cannot become aware of the breath which happened 5 minutes ago or hour ago. That is the importance of awareness of the breath. But in that awareness of the breath, what we need to understand, that is why I explain you the 3 points of awareness of the breath, or maybe 4 points or 5 points. What is that? What is the point? The first point? You are looking at the flow of the breath. You experience the breath goes in and out. So you also experience the sensation of the breath. Why? Because we are looking at the breath in the present moment, experience the sensation of the breath. And then we are also aware that we are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. What happened in the state of, again, in the state of, in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So, what happens? Can you imagine what happens? The mind starts living in a present moment. Intellect supports, not only supports, but the intellect confirms. Intellect confirms to the mind to be in the state of calmness. That calmness may come, it may come within few seconds, or it may take some time. We are not worried about the time. Now, sometimes the mind resists, reacts, impulsive nature. So we introduce what we introduce when the breath goes in and out. We drop Shantoham. So with a meaning. Meaning means I am peace. Okay, if I am peace, then peace is nothing but a good space. And good space is emptiness. But why you are telling us? Simple. Every time your mind drops Shanto Hum, you become aware of the space inside and also become aware of the space outside with every breath going in and out. Let us see what happens. Do you remember what you are doing? Or the mind made you forget? How you forget? We carried away by a simple thought contains the past memory, and that memory creates an imagination, images. That is a distraction. Do we fight with distraction? No, you remember. Intellect asked what I was doing. I was looking at the breath only. Oh, the breath in the present moment. Yes, breath going in, Shanto Ham, and I was looking into the space. Oh, that is so simple. Let me look at it calmly, without any resistance. So consistently, when we are doing it, it helps. I'm speaking just to remind you what you have already done it. If your mind is distracted, you can bring it back to the breath in the present moment, dropping shantu, hum, and being aware of the space. Simple. I would say the simplest thing to Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down and we will share our experiences. How are you, Charlie?
Very good. Thank you, Girish. That was very helpful. Just what I needed. I feel calm and able to be with my mind when it does its dance.
Very good. You only need it today or you need every day?
Yeah.
Yes. You are. And I just ask a question to remind you. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. I'm taking your advice and beginning the new year today.
Very good. So wait for a couple of questions in the next session.
Okay.
So you feel good?
Yep.
Very good, sir.
Yep.
How are you, Sophie?
I feel good, Girish. Thank you. My nose was tickling, but that's because I have a cold. Yeah, the mind, I've noticed sometimes I start to do that, like saying nonsense,
Yeah.
nonsense, shut up, shut up.
Yeah.
But I need to be more firm.
Yes, yes. If we don't say that, then the mind says, now it's my turn to take over you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like your image of the backseat rider. Yeah.
Backseat rider. It is constantly nagging all the time without any reason. So we will meet next week on 31st. Thank you very much.